What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Budget Competitor, and today I'm bringing you the first of many segments, Locals Live Thursday. I am on the left playing Eldlich Guru Control, and my opponent, Mr. Mason, is on the right playing Invoked Shaddolls, which I still think is an extremely strong control deck. Also, a quick shout out to One Stop Anime in Norman, Oklahoma. It's because of places like this that I'm able to bring you videos such as this. So my opponent has won the die roll. So, looks like he is probably going to choose to go first. And let's go ahead and get this game started. So let's see what Mason is going to do first. Looks like he's going to activate a Lure of Darkness to draw 2 cards. And I believe he banished Wendy for cost. So, looks like he's going to T-set. And set another 2 more back row, and then pass it back to me. So I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. So I'm going to go start things off by activating Cosmic Cyclone, paying 1,000 life, and targeting that first back row he set. And so I'm going to activate Hidden City here, use its effect to go and get a Subterra card to my hand. So I'm going to add Guru. I'm going to set Guru, activate Hidden City to flip Guru, so this will trigger his effect so I can add another Subterra card from my deck to my hand. And looks like I'm trying to find, alright, there it is, Hidden City. Or I'm sorry, not Hidden City, Final Battle. Sure wish I knew how to read. So, let's see here. What else am I going to do? Looks like I'm going to set 3 back row. And pass it back to my opponent, so Mason will draw for turn. In a standby phase, I'll go ahead and activate There Can Be Only One. So, looks like he's thinking of what to do here, so he's going to go and flip summon the, I believe that's Falco. I'm going to go ahead and, or no, I'm sorry, I flip summon Dragon so I could target my Guru. So I went ahead and negated that with Fiendus to go and flip the Guru face down. Looks like he's thinking of what to do next. And looks like he's passing it back to me, so during the end phase I'm trying to see if I should activate anything. And looks like I'm going to go ahead and activate that Final Battle. Thinking about it. Yeah, I'm activating Final Battle to flip Guru so I can go and get his effect. To go and add another copy of Fiendus to my hand. So now I draw for turn. Looks like I'm just looking to see what my options are. So this was the first mistake that I made. I activated Final Battle to flip the Guru, so now I can special summon the Umastrix from my hand. I go ahead and activate Hidden City to, or I'm sorry, I just flip summon Guru, so I can go and use its effect to add another Subterra card to my hand. So I'm thinking what to add here. The correct move would have been to use Guru to flip both himself and Dragon. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and add a 3rd copy of Fiendus to my hand. Or I'm sorry, the first card that I added was Umastrix, and now I'm adding the Fiendus. So, alright, now I'm going to go ahead and activate Hidden City to flip summon the Umastrix, banishing his dragon. I'm going to go ahead and activate the Cave Clash, and then go ahead and attack. This was a mistake that we both made. I kept saying attack for 3,100, but it was actually 4,100. So main phase 2, looks like I'm going to go and set 1 and pass it back to Mason. So he draws for turn. Looks like he's just thinking what his options are to do. So he's going to go ahead and set a monster and set 2 more cards. So I'm thinking what to do during his end phase. Looks like nothing, so I'm going to go and draw for turn. So this was another mistake that I made coming up, where I activate Final Battle to flip Umastrix because I keep forgetting that Umastrix can flip himself. Could have, well, I would have been able to attack for game anyway, but it is what it is. Mistakes were made. This is why locals is a good way to practice. I'm gonna go and attack again for 4100, which would have been game, but you know, we both make mistakes. All right, so looks like I passed it back to him. He wasn't able to do anything, so he passed it back to me. And drawing for turn. Looking to see what my options are. He's got a bunch of back rows. So I'm going to go and activate Banquet Demands, which will banish both of our extra decks. And so just showing it to him so he can read it real quick. And thinking if I should go and attack for game. And it looks like he's going to scoop up, so we're going to go ahead and go on to game 2. Alright, so we're in game 2, and I believe Mason is going to go ahead and want to go first again. So we're just shuffling each other's decks real quick. And if you guys would like to see the build of my deck, as well as how you can utilize it to out some of the top meta decks, I will go ahead and leave both those links in the description box below this video for you to check out. And if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell so you get notified each time I drop a new video, and give this video a massive thumbs up. So he's going to go ahead and start by activating Magical Meltdown. I'm going to go and let that go through so he can go and add a Alistair to his hand. So he's going to go ahead and normal summon the Alistair, use its effect. I'm going to go and respond with Infinite Impermanence. So, even though it has some choke points, I believe Invoked Shaddoll is still a really good deck to play. You know, control decks right now, they're just, you know, they're really good in this format. This entire format is all about control anyway, so but it kind of just brings light into what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really all about. So it looks like he doesn't really have anything, so he's going to pass it back to me. Just looking through to see what my options are. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start by normal summoning the Subterra Guru. Going to go ahead and attack for 600, getting the Alistair off the board. And set 3 back row and pass it back to Mason. So he's going to go ahead and draw for turn. And let's see what he can do. So he's going to go ahead and normal summon his second Alistair. Checking to see if I have a response. Looks like I do not, so he's going to go ahead and add the invocation to his hand. Be sure to comment below this video and let me know what your thoughts on Invoked Shaddolls are. I did play the deck whenever it first, you know, became real big back at the very end of 2019 to the very beginning of 2020. I didn't have as much success with the deck as other people did, but at that I also wasn't playing all the must-need cards because I couldn't get my hands on them. But I was playing a Mech Knight package with it, so it did have some success. So he's going to go ahead and activate the invocation to check to see if I have a response. Looks like I do not. So he's going to go ahead and pitch Windy and Falco for cost. And looks like he's going to go for Winda here. And yep, so he's going to go for Winda. And I make the mistake of activating Super Poly, forgetting about the second effect of Magical Meltdown, that you cannot respond to the fusion summon of a monster. So we're just confirming that by reading the text of the card real quick. In a regular tournament, obviously, Super Poly would just fizzle out, but he went ahead and just let me set the Super Poly, and so that way I can go ahead and utilize it later on in the turn. So looks like, yep, I'm going to go ahead and set the Super Poly, go and get that Nibiru back to my hand. So now he's going to go ahead and activate Windy's effect in Graveyard to go ahead and set a monster from his deck. Looks like he's going to go for Falco. I actually believe that he actually sent Hedgehog for a cost, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and activate Super Poly, targeting his Alistair and his Winda to go ahead and get my Starving Venom Dragon straight to the field. And looks like he's checking to see if he can out the Starving Venom. This is one of my favorite forms of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whenever it's just constantly back and forth between you and your opponent. I feel like that's what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really all about. It's just a chess game of who can out who can set up something that can't be broken. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and activate Super Poly now, discarding the rest Shaddoll. I don't remember her name, but he's going to go ahead and be using the Falco as well as my Starving Venom for another window. Activate Falco's effect to go and set himself from grave. And looks like Mason's seeing if there's anything else he should do here. Does not look like it, so it looks like he can proceed to battle phase, attacking my Guru with Winda, so I take some damage there. And then his end phase, I go and activate Conquistador, so I can go and set him. And it looks like I'm just reading Winda, just checking the text on it. And so since I can only summon one more time this turn, or only once this turn, so I'm just checking my graveyard to see if there's anything I should do beforehand. And looks like I do not. So I'm going to go and activate the second Conquistador, so I can go and special summon him and pass it back to Mason, so Mason draws for turn. And Winda's a very hard card to out. I mean, it's not hard to out, but sometimes you need very specific pieces to out Winda. Eldlich has a hard time of doing that, simply because of the summon restrictions, so he's going to go proceed to battle and attack the Conquistador and pass it back, so I draw for turn. Looks like I'm just looking to see what I should do here. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Eldlich's effect to pop the window. And then I should be acting Eldlich's second effect to go ahead and pop the other Conquistador. Yep. So I'm going to go and do that so I can go and special summon the Eldlich back. So now he's at 3,500 attack and cannot be destroyed by card effects. I attack into Falco. He's going to use its effect to go and set that window. And looking if there's anything I should do here. So during my end phase, I'm going to go and banish the Conquistador, using its effect to go and set a Scarlet Sanguine straight from my deck. And I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You're just constantly outing each other's boards, and it's just the perfect way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I pass it back to him. He draws for turn. Looks like he's just seeing what he can do here. So he's going to go and flip summon the Hedgehog. And I don't believe I have a response, so he's going to go ahead and add a Shaddoll Fusion to his hand. Yep. There's a Shaddoll Fusion. Looks like he's just checking to see what he should do here. Alright, so he's going to go and activate the fusion, sending 2 monsters from his hand to go and special summon Construct. Probably one of the most broken Shaddoll fusion monsters ever printed. So he's going to go and activate the chaining effects. Falco will go ahead and set himself back to the field, and the Construct will go and set a Shaddoll card to the graveyard. Did not see what he sent there. He's going to go and flip summon the Falco. its effect will not activate. Actually, I don't believe you. I'm not sure if you can flip summon Falco the same turn that it is special summon from the graveyard. I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct me on that. Just checking to see what else we should do here. So I'm going to go and flip summon the Winda. So he has one summon left to use, and let's see what he's going to go for. Looks like he's going to use all 4 for Link Summon of Borrelsword Dragon. And I realize here that I'm in trouble and I need to go ahead and activate that Scarlet Sanguine. And he's going to go ahead and start resolving the effect of Construct to go and get the fusion back to his hand. And I'm going to go ahead and activate Scarlet Sanguine here to go and get the second Eldlich from my deck. That way, at least I don't take any damage. And alright, so yeah, he's going to go and proceed to battle, attack the first Eldlich, and then activate its effect to turn the other Eldlich into defense position so he can attack again, clearing my board. So I'm going to go and activate the second Conquistador in my grave to go ahead and get another Scarlet Sanguine. So I'm going to go and draw for turn. Just checking the text on it to see what I can do to get rid of this card. Coming up is a major misplay that I made. I still would have been able to out Borrelsword, but just not in this way. So here is the misplay is coming up. So I go and activate the Scarlet Sanguine in grave. And I'm going to go ahead and set another copy of Conquistador. So here's the first misplay that I made. The Scarlet Sanguine that I had set, I went ahead and activated along with the Conquistador that I set. Both I cannot do, but neither of us caught it. Again, because of locals, you can make mistakes like these, and it's not the end of the world. The whole point of locals is to practice. So I activated the Scarlet Sanguine that I can't activate to go and special summon the Eldlich, and then activate Conquistador that I also can't activate to pop the Borrelsword. I pass it back to him, and then I activate the Bank of Millions to banish both the extra decks. He can't do anything, so he passes it back to me again. I draw for turn. I activate the top deck Hidden City to go ahead and get a Guru to my hand. The correct move that would have been, I activate Hidden City here to go ahead and get a Subterra card in my hand. I get Fiendus. But the correct move would have been for me to pop it would have been to pop the Scarlet Sanguine so I can get the Eldlich back to my side of the field, pass it back to him, and then during his standby phase, activate Conquistador to banish or to destroy his Borrelsword. So that would have been the correct move. So it looks like I'm going to go ahead and activate Scarlet Sanguine in grave to go ahead and get a Hakueto to my side of the field because I'm out of Conquistadors. Looks like I'm going to go ahead and put Eldlich to attack position and proceed to do 4,100 points of damage. If I'd activate Eldlich's effect in grave to special summon himself by popping the Hakueto, I could have ended the game right there. So I pass it back to him. He set 1. Pass it back to me. I set 2. I proceed to battle. He activates Shaddoll Games. And I negate it with Fiendus, setting the Guru, so now he's only going to take 2,500 points of damage. I pass it back to him, he draws Allure of Darkness, activates its effect, and whiffs off the top. That has got to suck. So obviously he can't do anything, so he's going to pass it back to me. I draw for turn. I proceed to battle to go ahead and end the game right there, and that is the end of the game. So I went 2-0. We should have probably gone to game 3 because of the misplays that I made. But it is what it is. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Have a great day.